At the beginning of this story, we meet Groot on Terma Planet. He's munching on some chocolate while strolling around when he suddenly trips and falls. As he gets up, he spots an egg nearby. Excited, Groot rushes over to investigate it. Just then, the egg bursts open and out pops a baby Terma bird. Groot is unsure of what to do at first, so he just points at the little bird. To his surprise, the bird starts pecking at his finger. Thinking quickly, Groot shares some chocolate with the baby bird, making it really happy. He keeps feeding it more chocolate so they can become friends fast. Soon, they're playing together, and Groot tries to teach the bird his name and how to talk. But the bird struggles and ends up falling into the mud. Groot helps clean it up, but the little bird gets scared and runs away. Groot chases after it, but the bird flutters around playfully. Eventually, Groot catches it and wraps it on his head in vines. The baby bird starts pecking Groot's head, so he quickly gives it more chocolate. However, they run out of chocolate soon after. Groot decides to take the bird to get some water, but it refuses to drink. Feeling a bit tired, Groot lies down under a tree, but the baby bird escapes and starts bothering him again. Groot tries to get it to sleep, but the bird makes a lot of noise and tries to escape. Groot tells it to go away, but the bird just keeps annoying him, so he puts it in his bag and closes it, hoping it will finally rest. Just then, a bunch of other baby Terma birds show up, and Groot gets scared, running away from them. He accidentally bumps into a tree and falls down. All the baby birds rush past him, and he realizes they're heading to their mother, a giant Terma bird. When the mother flies off with her babies, Groot feels a wave of emotion, especially since he's about to lose his new little friend too. The baby bird, feeling the same way, throws a chocolate at Groot and makes him happy. This is how the first episode of Baby Groot wraps up. In the second episode, we find Groot on the Quadrant ship, having a blast. He's lying in his room, munching on chips and sipping juice while playing a video game. Suddenly, the controller runs out of battery, and Groot gets really frustrated. He searches for a new battery and finds one, but he realizes he needs another one to keep playing. So, he heads back to the toolbox to look for it. Out of nowhere, a bionic nose attaches to his face. This cool gadget helps him smell things, which is great because Groot doesn't have a nose. Now he can sniff around his room. He gets curious and checks out the bathroom, but it smells terrible, so he quickly goes back inside to smell some flowers instead. He even sniffs his armpits and realizes they smell pretty bad, so he sprays himself with perfume. While playing, Groot accidentally knocks over a glass and discovers another battery. He puts it in the controller and heads back to his room to play again. But when he looks around, he sees how messy it is. Since he couldn't smell it before, he didn't notice the dirt. Now, he feels motivated to clean up and grabs a duster, ready to tidy up. But instead of cleaning, he sticks the duster in his face, takes off the bionic nose, and tosses it in the trash. Then, he happily goes back to playing his game. With this episode also ends here. At the start of episode 3, we see Groot heading to Foliger Planet. While on his ship, he decides to make some tea for himself. He adds all his favorite ingredients into the cup. After a little while, the tea is ready, but just as he's about to drink it, the ship lands on the planet. Groot leaves his tea behind and looks out at the snowy landscape. Excited, he gets ready and jumps out to play in the snow for hours. Eventually, he starts making snowballs and gets the idea to build a snowman. Using some parts from his ship, he builds a huge and impressive snowman that even has lights on it. Groot feels really proud of his creation. But then, something unexpected happens. The snowman comes to life. Since Groot added robotic parts to it, it turns into a robot and starts shooting lasers at him. Groot gets scared and hides behind an ice wall, making it hard for the robot to find him. The robot then moves toward the spaceship, and Groot suddenly remembers the cup of tea he made with so much care. He rushes back to save it, but the robot is about to blast the ship. Thinking quickly, Groot throws a snowball at the robot, which distracts it. While the robot is focused on him, Groot figures out how to activate the rocket attached to it. He throws another snowball, and the rocket shoots up into the sky and explodes. Groot is thrilled and slides back to his ship. He finally tries his tea, but it tastes terrible, so he tosses it away. And that's how the episode wraps up. At the beginning of episode 4, Groot is inside the quantum ship, having fun with one of his toys. Suddenly, he hears a loud ringing noise, which makes him rush outside. To his delight, he spots a space ice cream truck parked nearby. Groot feels super excited because he really wants some ice cream, especially the chocolate flavor. But as the truck starts to drive away, he checks his pockets for money and finds nothing, not even a single penny. Feeling sad, he remembers his piggy bank and quickly runs over to it, trying to get a coin out. He manages to get a coin, but it slips away and falls into a tunnel. Groot tries to catch it but fails. He even uses a vacuum cleaner to help him, but he ends up getting stuck inside it instead. After a lot of effort, he finally gets out and starts searching for coins everywhere, but he can't find any. Then, Groot enters a playroom and spots a machine with a coin inside. He breaks the glass to get in, but when he grabs the coin, it turns out to be a chocolate. This makes Groot really mad, and he ends up smashing the whole machine. Luckily, this causes a bunch of coins to spill out, and Groot is thrilled. However, when he looks around, the ice cream truck is gone. Feeling defeated, he starts to cry. But Groot doesn't give up. He hops into a small ship and zooms off after the ice cream truck. He crashes into it, finally gets his ice cream, and starts to enjoy it. Just then, the Noah cops arrive in their Star Blaster ship and surround Groot. And that's how the episode ends. In the beginning of episode 5, a watcher tells Groot that an important prophecy is about to come true. He explains that in a treasure palace in Asia, the last seed of a legendary treasure is hidden. It is said that a hero will come to retrieve the seed, bringing about a glorious age for the universe, and that hero is Groot himself. Groot arrives at the palace and steps inside. The palace is filled with dangerous traps, but Groot isn't scared at all. As he walks, he steps on a stone, triggering a shower of arrows. Luckily, Groot is so small that none of the arrows hit him. He skillfully navigates through the traps, but when he reaches to the seed, lava starts to flow nearby. In the chaos, Groot's ball rolls away and he chases after it. He notices a painting that describes the treasure, but instead of paying attention, he starts doodling with a stone. The lava quickly approaches the treasure, and the Watcher is there too. Groot can see him, but the Watcher thinks Groot is just pretending because he's in another dimension. Exhausted, Groot falls asleep, which worries the Watcher since the lava is getting closer to the treasure. Suddenly, some light shines on Groot, waking him up. He sees the lava near at the treasure and moves toward it. The Watcher is excited, thinking Groot is going to save the treasure, but instead, Groot pulls out his ball that was stuck and starts playing with it. The treasure gets destroyed as it mixes with the lava. Soon, the palace begins to crumble too. Groot gets buried under the debris, but after a little while, he manages to come out of the debris. The Watcher is confused about why Groot caused all this destruction. Why did Groot do that? He leaves the area and calls out to the Watcher. The Watcher can't believe that Groot can actually see him. And that's how Season 2 of Groot wraps up. If you enjoyed the movie, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more updates. Thank you for watching.